Ola, this is going to be Eden Zero, chapter 111. So that we got a cover page of Rebecca lying down on the poker table in one of those leather corsets with the cat ears or bunny ears, I don't know. And she's holding a banana with a face. So interesting cover page. Some people enjoy that. So with this, we get everyone just kind of gathering around this little remnants of Mother's ether, and yeah, it's just a little ball now. So interesting to see. And with this checkpoint now, we kind of get an introduction and an explanation into how the story will progress from here on out. Anyway, so this part of Mother's emanated error even after it was stolen. All right. So that ether tells us the location of Mother. All right. So that's the question that I would have, because you would think that this little piece of her would lead to the actual Mother. Let's say there's a possibility. It is said that there are many parts of Mothers across the cosmos. We call them relics. So we get introduced to a new terminology, relics, which is just going to be items with Mother's ether kind of in, yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, embedded into them. These relics might also be worshipped like the one here. They might be in a corner of some planet or wandering around the cosmos, or many other possibilities. Mother's ether is a compass to find relics. If you find any relics and absorb the Mother's ether, then soon we will reach Mother. So that's kind of interesting, and it's kind of interesting to see how the story is gonna progress from here on now. So it's kind of the way it's kind of been explained to me. I kind of have a feeling it's going to be a bit of a treasure hunt kind of thing where they go planet to planet looking for the relics and kind of absorbing them. And eventually, once they have enough, they'll be able to find Mother because they'll have amassed enough of a ether to actually point to Mother. So that's kind of nice. We get a structure of how the story is going to be, and we know the end game is obviously going to be reaching Mother. And yeah, this is very reminiscent of One Piece, as I've mentioned many times. The same concepts of how the log poses kind of point to a different island, and they once you get to the next island, they'll point to the next one, and eventually you reach Raftel, where the One Piece is located. So yeah, similar concept, but instead of Raftel, you actually get to Mother anyway. So yeah, very similar concept. This could almost be this could almost be called plagiarism in a sense. But since I'm a big fan of One Piece, I don't mind having a One Piece clone or something similar to One Piece because I do enjoy that concept quite a bit. It's so troublesome. Let's just absorb all of Mother Ether here. So yeah, why does this bring up a good problem? I mean, he brings up a good argument that maybe some people might think you're so stupid. Tears are coming out my eyes. So many came here before and none have done that. It might be impossible. Yes, no matter how many times you absorb Mother's ether here, its properties won't change. So interesting. So you can't just absorb a lot of one because you need to have a lot of different types of Mother's ether, I guess, to kind of point to the right direction. And this would explain to me as the reader to why not many people have discovered Mother after finding her remnants here, because if it was any piece of Mother's ether would point to her, then surely many visitors who've actually come here then have met Mother, but that's not the case anyway. And yeah, so that's the plot progression. That's the plot structure pretty much explained to us. I'm excited to see how that's going to play out anyway. And yeah, Nadia also mentions a bit about Andrew, and you can obviously see Rebecca quite uh, feeling guilty about what you call it, Andrew's actual fate. But interestingly enough, the witch, she actually butts in, and this is one panel where she's looking at Rebecca making a sad face, and she does I don't know if it's she does a very direct what do you call it, approach to this whole situation, and says that Andrew has died. That's kind of a difficult thing to tell someone, that the person they love has died, just straight up. But yeah, I'm glad she did, because I do prefer the more direct approach to just my opinion, just in life. So for her to do that, that was kind of respectful, I would say anyway. And Andrew was on a journey from the stars, and it's not possible for a human to live for 200 years. and yeah, just being so direct. And I guess I got to respect her, and it's kind of a hard thing to do. But you can definitely see that Nadia has come to the realization that her what do you call it? Her man is dead anyway. But she was in denial for a little bit here. He said no, his promise he'll definitely return. But obviously, she gives more explanation, and she even has evidence with this little memory chip anyway. Um, and they show, I know they actually extracted the whole spaceship thing anyway, so we can see what Andrew looked like. And yeah, his little diary blogs anyway. So he actually, interestingly enough, he actually managed to get the relic back, which was located in the temple, and he was on his way back. But obviously something happened. Somehow, it's kind of frustrating when this happens. But he was so close yet so far, because he was very close to coming back, but he missed. And yeah, it was a meteorite in the situation. He would have been unconscious and unable to control his ship with the effects of the collision. Okay, and after 200 years, it crashed onto the star. So yeah, we can definitely see Nadia now. She's kind of crying, and she even rips off her little charger thing anyway to go to the crash site where he's located in. And one thing I did think when she ripped off her plug, like why didn't she just power off as she did earlier? And you can even see, I thought it was going to be some power of friendship stuff, but it all made sense to why she didn't power off, because she used to be powered on the relics, and he actually had bought back the relics with him, so she no longer needs a use for that uh, charger anyway. And yeah, this whole sequence with Nadia and Andrew, even though we've only known them for a few chapters, maybe like 4 or 5 chapters, I would say, there's a bit of an impact. And I definitely, yeah, if it definitely felt quite emotional, this whole chapter. Yeah, I definitely felt the feels. The love you feel is from your heart. And there's some more, what do you call it? What do you call it? Let me think. Yeah, there's some more themes that have kind of been explored in this series. Is it wrong for a machine to love a human? Yeah, that whole thing. It is fine for anyone to love anyone. Love is for anyone, kind of thing. So that's kind of nice. We get that little theme. The love you feel is from your heart. And I gotta see this panel of the witch. It's really close up of her face. It looks amazing, I gotta say. And just I love the detail he put into this. Okay, I'll fix a cable. It might be fine. Yeah, so the relic that was on the ship has actually powered the entire town back up, and you can see all the robots kind of getting back up now. So even though Andrew, died, his sacrifice has paid off now, because everyone's kind of back to life. Because everyone relies on the relic for their source of life. So the machines are back. And another thing I did notice, the water actually starts decreasing as well. This is the real form of this star. So, this is the real form of this area. The sky is red, and that red is also coloring the sky. So that's why it's called the red world, I guess. The burning flame of this candlestick illuminates our world, and the world I saw the once with Andrew. We were able to view it one more time together. Yeah, so it was a very emotional chapter. And one thing I did notice, it looks like Hiro Mashima is doing his ships early this time, in because we get a few panels of just couples, I guess. So one thing I did notice, Laguna with Witch, interesting coupling indeed. Because we've not really seen much of Laguna. Is he going to be a temporary member or a permanent member? I mean, we do have a lot of members already, and so he could just be a temporary. But he could join, but we do see a bit of romance, so this could be foreshadowing. Yeah, and I've already seen Weiss and Homura. They've kind of got a bit of chemistry going on right now. So yeah, and Pino and Happy and Rebecca and Shiki, and yeah, you see Rebecca cry because of the whole Nadia and Andrew situation. And it's funny when Shiki just stares at him. It's not something like that, and yeah, she blushes. So obviously, the main ship is obviously going to be the two main characters. Yeah. So yeah, she did look quite cute the way she blushed and looked away. I thought that was kind of funny, and the whole main character being clueless, kind of cliche thing. And even the octopus is friendly in the end. So it turns out he was the guardian of the temple anyway. So if so yeah so with this ending, the whole the what do you call it? This little red, is it Red World? Oh, I want to say red. This red planet arc is kind of over now because they're on the little Eden Zero, kind of flying off. And I did. There was a nice little what if situation that Rebecca kind of brings up anyway, and she's even bummed about it right now anyway. And she mentions if only the chronophage will eat this star's time, 200 years of it. So interesting that she would say that. I mean, it could happen, but it's just one of those what ifs because he has invented this mechanism to kind of alter timelines, and she's just trying to imagine a better timeline where she would be happy. So yeah, we do get this nice little what if situation with Andrew and Nadia together. But obviously, that's not going to happen because the reality is he's dead and he's turned into a skeleton anyway. All right, so yeah, this chapter was amazing. I thought, I actually felt emotional, reading the chapter about Nadia and Andrew's tragic love story. And yeah, I did enjoy the artwork quite a bit, especially the whole little coupling scene. I don't know, he just stepped up his artwork in those last few panels. I thought it looked amazing. But yeah, this chapter was amazing. I said that 3 times now. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to what the next chapter involves now. So now that we know what the objective is, I wonder what the next relic is going to be. Like, what it's going to look like. It's going to be blah blah blah. All that information. I'm hoping to find out next time. I'll see you guys then.